Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and I help people find their center. In this video, it's the second of 7 videos in the series talking about chakras, the elements, and how to practically balance and work with each of the chakras, and Reiki and some things that you can incorporate today to help see some benefits right away. So for those of you that don't know, I've been on this journey for quite some time. I came out as trans-masculine, F to M, at 19 years old, and almost 18 years later, I've gone through Reiki, I've gone through surgeries, I've gone through homelessness, I've gone through everything that you can think of, and the biggest game changer that I added to my practice, to my life, was spirituality, was massage, was Reiki, was the healing arts. And once I started to incorporate that, the physical with the spiritual, and put it together, is when I saw some profound results, and I am a new person, and I feel like myself more and more every day. I feel more, as Abraham Hicks says, I feel more in the vortex. Things are manifesting so quickly, and you can do that too by simply taking back your power. You don't need to be a healer to do this. Reiki can be done by anyone at any time. There's a common misconception out there, and I've seen this being a massage therapist and incorporating Reiki, is that you need to be a healer or a guru on some mountain. I can tell you that Reiki and this kind of information is for everybody. You don't need to be some religious blah 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 to do any of this stuff. All you need is to take your power back, put your healing in your own hands, and I don't heal you, you heal you. I'm just here as a facilitator and a guide to share some of this information with you so that you can benefit and start to take your power back and feel better and empower yourself. So, what is Reiki? Reiki is a relaxing, energy healing, alternative practice that works holistically. It works on the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical levels. And what does it mean? Rei means higher power or God's wisdom. Ki or Chi means life force energy. So it means spiritually guided life force energy. Now, what does that mean in a less woo-woo term? What does that mean in a practical, relatable way? What that means is that it helps you to relax. If you've ever gotten a massage before, if you've ever gotten a relaxing treatment, if you've ever done meditation, it promotes theta brain waves. It turns off the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight system, and promotes more of the other side, which is the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation, the going within. It helps you to tune into more of who you are, helps you to tune out the external world and tune more into yourself. And when you relax, when you start to go within and tune out all of the stressors, that's when your healing really begins. So it has benefits of helping you to sleep better, to feel more empowered, to feel more in tune with who you are, to tune you to the present moment. It has helped people cure cancer, it's cured illnesses, it's helped me personally with anxiety, dysphoria, depression, and it helps me to be more a compassionate person, more in harmony, also to be more assertive, believe it or not. So, which is what I'm getting into today, talking about chakras. What is a chakra? A chakra, easily explained, is a spiraling pool of energy, life force energy, which goes up the midline of the body. And each one, there's 7 of them, and each one is correlated to an element and to a specific emotion. When it's open and flowing, you feel the positive benefits of that particular chakra. You feel good, you feel well, you feel joy, peace, you feel abundant, and you feel in flow, you feel in the vortex, and things just manifest for you easily. Now, when they're closed, you feel the negative emotions, you feel lack, you feel stuck, you feel disconnected from source energy, and things, you start to feel disease and the negative emotion related to that particular chakra. And these blockages, if you don't clear them, no matter how much you try to earn money or do the abundance stuff, no matter how much you try to do this stuff on the physical level, unless you deal with these blockages on a spiritual level as well, that's the fastest way to clear any of that stuff and clear out all beliefs. So in this video, we're working with today the water chakra, the water element, or as it's more commonly known as the sacral chakra. So the water chakra is located in the sacrum and pelvis, same thing, and it deals with pleasure and is blocked by guilt. What do you feel guilty for? So the body parts that are associated with the water element are the sacrum and pelvis, genitals, the breast or chest area here, the feet, and the ring fingers, and the fourth toe. So too much water means you're too emotional. You have no control over your emotions. You're just like crying all the time. The second thing is you don't have a defined self-identity, and because you're too fluid in nature. You have no fixed, solid identity. You don't really know who you are. Number 3, you're a people pleaser. People pleaser is a really overly emotional person who has too much guilt and doesn't have faith and power in themselves. I see this a lot with trans guys and people in the trans community, of being people pleasers and doing, what makes others happy instead of self. Number 4 is that you're very sensitive and easily affected by others' emotion, and you're also seen as timid. So you're a bit of a pushover. You don't stand up for yourself. You're not believing in yourself. You don't have compassion for yourself. And number 5 is no eye contact. You don't hold eye contact. You kind of look away. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So you looking somebody directly in the eye says, I'm worthy. I belong. I believe I'm in myself, and I'm proud. When you look away, you're seen as timid. It's a feeling of defeat. It's a feeling of feeling like a doormat and not feeling like you're enough. You want to be small. And I had these feelings when I thought there was something wrong with me for being trans. And it wasn't until recently and said, you know what? I'm going to stare right back at you. And that helps me to feel more confident. And too little of the water element means you're not in tune with your own emotions or others' emotions. You're afraid of the water, to go in the ocean and that kind of stuff. You block emotions of empathy and sympathy, and you can't relate to what others are feeling. You have a toxic physical health level. You feel the negative emotions of guilt, and in therapy you have a fear of opening up. You have a fear of tuning into your emotions. You have a fear of being you don't know what you're feeling. You're unaware of your own emotions, and it isn't until that we get you on the table, we start working on you and ask how you're doing, and when you get these buttons pushed, that you're suddenly become aware of it. So questions to ask yourself to determine where you fall if you have too much or too little. Number 1, am I aware of how I feel and how others feel? Number 2, do I allow myself to totally feel whatever emotions come up in the present moment, whether that's joy, whether that's sadness? We're often in our culture only allowed to show anger, and any other type of emotion, guilt, crying, any of that is considered weakness, which is not the truth. If you show your emotions like babies do, babies don't give a crap about what you want. They just, if they're upset, they cry, they fully feel it, and then they move on to the next one. Number 3, am I a people pleaser? Are you living your life according to other people's standards? Are you going by old emotions? Normally, we want to try to please our parents. We want to try to please our mother and father's expectations, and guess what? We're never going to live up to those. So time to start identifying that. So number 4, what do I blame myself for? What do you feel guilty for? What are you still holding on to in your beliefs or who have you disappointed that, like I said, living up to your parents' expectations? For a long time, I didn't feel worthy, whole, and complete because I was trying to live up to my parents' expectations of trying to be a female, which I never was. And once I got rid of that and dealt with some of the emotional pain of that, the depression, the anxiety of not being enough, not feeling like I'm enough, is when I started to see some results. So 7 tips to balance your water chakra, your water element, your sacral chakra. Number 1, which is food and nutrition. Food is medicine. So by drinking more, making sure you're hydrated, making sure you're drinking high quality reverse osmosis water, making sure you're drinking high quality spring water, oxygenated water, life water, all of these good quality waters help you to feel and tune your water element better. And eating leafy greens, squash, things that are growing above the ground and close to the ground, above it and close to the ground, like carrots and squash, again, oranges, help you to tune more of this water element. Number 2, interpersonal relationships with an emphasis on empathy, compassion, sympathy, and holding space for yourself and the other person, seeing yourself in the other person, recognizing that everybody's going through something, and that we're all source energy pushed out into the physical, and that belief right there that we are separate is what is actually creating the polarity and not allowing us to see ourselves in the other. Unity consciousness is all that exists. I am you, you are me. There is no separation. And number 3 is stability is important. Doing Tai Chi, Qigong, some yoga. Stop people pleasing. Recognize that you are enough where you are. No matter what you did, no matter what you've done, you're amazing. You're a light worker. You're a rainbow light warrior, and you're amazing. You are enough. And recognizing that and holding space for that. Giving yourself stability to feel what you feel. Number 4, being around water or using the imagery of water. Free-flowing, open spaces of water. Calm water, a lake, a river, ocean, a pond, even rain. Last night it was raining, and I was just looking outside at the rain and the flow and how healing it is, and just tuning into water or the image of water, whatever that image is for you, helps you to connect with that element. Number 5, wearing orange or using crystals that are orange. So for example, one of the ones that I use is citrine, and that helps with money, abundance. Here's a little citrine right here. I just keep it in my pocket. So wearing the color orange is associated with the sacral chakra water element in that particular area. So number 6 is meditation. I'm going to put some links below to binaural beats, working on the sacral chakra, the water element, and meditating, again, goes hand in hand with Reiki and massage, which helps to calm you down, helps to center you, helps you to tune more into yourself. You hold space for yourself. And number 7, again, is Reiki. It's body work, massage, getting some physical, energetic work done on you, and recognizing that you're the one doing the work on the table by showing up, by giving to yourself. And I'm just the space holder for you. I'm just the facilitator of the treatment, but you are the one doing your healing. I don't heal you. Only God, nature, and you can heal yourself. And by doing that, by just sending you that positive chi, loving energy, by sending you compassion and love, recognizing that you are amazing, wherever you are on your journey, will help you to take your power back, to heal yourself, to stop being a freaking people pleaser, and for you to hold space for yourself. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Remember, this is the second video in the series of 7. And again, I'm holding space for you, sending you compassion and good vibes and peace and unity.